Philippine Health Department shortens by a few days the recommended quarantine and isolation period for fully vaccinated Filipinos. The DOH on Friday, January 14, cites as reasons the added protection afforded by COVID-19 vaccines, as well as the need to minimize disruption to essential services. In the updated guidelines, fully vaccinated individuals who are asymptomatic and close contacts of a probable or confirmed case should quarantine for 5 days instead of the previous 7. Isolation periods for fully vaccinated asymptomatic individuals, along with those who have mild cases of the virus, are likewise slashed to 7 days instead of 10 days. In the case of mild cases, 7 days would start from the onset of symptoms, while asymptomatic individuals should begin their count from when they tested positive. On Friday, the Philippines logs 37,207 new COVID-19 cases, the highest single-day tally since the pandemic began. This brings the total number of infections to 3 million and almost 130,000, with more than 265,000 cases active. Meantime, the Philippine government extends the Alert Level 3 status in Metro Manila, Cavite, Baguio City, and 80 other areas until the end of January, as cases spike. Visit Rappler.com for the list of areas under Alert Level 3. The Transportation Department will deploy mystery passengers in enforcing the widely criticized public transport ban against the unvaccinated. In a media briefing Friday, January 14, Road Transport Assistant Secretary Mark Steven Pastor explains these mystery passengers will check if the ban is being implemented by drivers and operators.
Bakit ho sila dapat ma-deploy? Upang masigurado ho natin na kahit wala hong naka-uniforme na enforcer ay sumusunod po ang ating mga drivers dito sa ating polisiya.
The DOTr order barring the unvaccinated from public transport in Metro Manila will fully take effect on Monday, January 17. Unvaccinated people who have medical conditions or need to get essential goods and services are exempted from this ban.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
Vice President Leni Robredo says she would rather beat Bongbong Marcos in the May 2022 elections than see him disqualified in the presidential race. In an interview with CNN Philippines Thursday, January 13, Robredo is asked whether or not she wants the petitions to block Marcos' candidacy to succeed. Robredo says, while she doesn't want to comment on Marcos' disqualification case, she prefers to face and defeat her old rival in the coming elections. Robredo says beating Marcos again will put a stop to the late dictator's son's lies that she cheated in 2016. In February 2021, the Supreme Court unanimously junked Marcos' claims of electoral fraud against Robredo. A reluctant candidate, Robredo earlier said one of her motivations for running in 2022 was to stop a Marcos presidency. Although Marcos still enjoys a high voter preference rating in the recent Pulse Asia survey, Robredo's numbers show a significant improvement from 6 to 8% in mid-2021 to 20% in December 2021. The royal family removes Prince Andrew's military links and royal patronages Thursday, January 13. It says he will no longer be known as His Royal Highness as the son of Queen Elizabeth fights a U.S. lawsuit in which he is accused of sex abuse. Andrew, the Duke of York, 61, was forced to step down from public duties in 2019 because of his connections to convicted U.S. sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Thursday's move by the royal family means he will now lose all his royal connections. In a statement, Buckingham Palace says the Duke of York's military affiliations and royal patronages have been returned to the Queen. On Wednesday, January 12, Andrew's lawyers failed to persuade a U.S. judge to dismiss a civil lawsuit in which Virginia Giuffre accuses him of sexually abusing her when she was a teenager. The prince denies the accusations that he forced her to have sex more than 2 decades ago. The Australian government cancels Novak Djokovic's visa for a second time Friday, January 14. It says the world tennis number 1, unvaccinated for COVID-19, may pose a risk to the community. Immigration Minister Alex Hawke uses his discretionary powers to again cancel Djokovic's visa. He says the government is firmly committed to protecting Australia's borders, particularly in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic. A court earlier quashed a revocation and released the athlete from immigration detention on Monday. Djokovic fueled widespread anger in Australia when he announced last week he was heading to Melbourne for the Australian Open with a medical exemption.